You clicked to find the best burger of 2025. Good call. But first, we need to talk about the Big Mac lie. Those thin patties? Employees say they're pre-cooked and parked under heat lamps, while the sauce does the heavy lifting. If you're paying premium prices for frozen shortcuts and wilted produce, that's not value, it's theater. Stay with me as we start at the bottom with McDonald's and Burger King, expose the conveyor belts and liquid smoke.
McDonald's is bringing back the double Big Mac. We haven't seen this thing since early 2020. There it is now, and you can see that
a hamburger and the cheese looks like they just slopped it on and it hasn't melted. So now it's supposed to be fully melted across the bun.
it is big for a Big Mac. It's got twice as much meat. It's got 4 patties, but, and notably, it's only got 1 slice of cheese.
Then climb to the chains actually grinding fresh beef and cooking to order. By the end, you'll know where your money actually buys flavor. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. You may want to finish this video before you finish that burger, because what passes as fresh at the top 2 chains often starts frozen and ends under a heat lamp. Let's start with the problem. Big brands sell you value and flavor. The truth is, the value is in speed and scale, and the flavor gets padded by shortcuts.
It runs at about 740 calories, which is roughly a third of the volume of caloric intake you should have on any day.
Features 4 patties instead of 2. It has more mac sauce along with the lettuce, onions, and pickles.
It should come with a health warning, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to say, all things considered. That's a lot of meat you're looking at right there.
Pre-cooked patties, conveyor belts, heavy sauces. Your fix is simple. Learn the tells and move your order to spots that cook to order. McDonald's leans hard on nostalgia and fresh language, but the day-to-day flow says otherwise. Employees describe thin patties cooked ahead and held warm. So the Big Mac's lead act turns into the sauce. Thick, sweet, shelf-stable.
McDonald's is bringing back the double Big Mac. We haven't seen this thing since early 2020. There it is now, and you can see that
A hamburger and the cheese looks like they just slopped it on and it hasn't melted. So now it's supposed to be fully melted across the bun.
it is big for a Big Mac. It's got twice as much meat. It's got 4 patties, but, and notably, it's only got 1 slice of cheese.
It grabs center stage and drowns out limp lettuce and mushy pickles. The bite reads more like condiment than beef. Do a tray audit. Start at the top bun. It stays soft for hours thanks to preservatives, which is great for shelf life and terrible for texture. Slide to the shredded lettuce. It wilts fast once it hits warm bread and a steam bath under the clamshell. Then the patties.
I guess they felt that putting in 2 slices of cheese would make it unhealthy. So I feel like they've addressed that.
Many calories.
Yeah.
So the new Big Mac is supposed to have softer buns. The cheese is supposed to be cheesier. More sauce options as well.
This is obvious. It's a big deal. I was about to say, I guess I just did. Now, McDonald's says that its customers crave bigger burgers, and this is certainly that.
So thin they bleed moisture on the grill and keep losing it while they wait. Think of it like a weak singer behind a loud speaker. The volume distracts you from the voice. Here, the sauce is the volume knob. There's a supply chain angle most people skip. Industrial beef is often corn and soy-fed, and the grind mixes trim from many animals.
And what makes this even more interesting, and I think even more newsworthy, is that this comes at a time when America is not just in a obesity epidemic. We've been there for years. When will the food industry wake up and say, you know what, maybe we don't want to be giving people more and more food. Maybe we want to give them tasty but healthy food. And yet the food industry would prefer to be a part of the problem as a part of the solution, at least when it comes to supersizing portions, which seems to be an ongoing thing.
That blending evens out texture but also flattens character. To hit the same taste every time, chains push salt, sugar, and sauce up front. It standardizes flavor. It also buries any nuance you'd get from a proper sear and a beefy grind.
Secret inside the industry was that it was a big joke because the sales of both companies rose when they attacked each other. I think Burger King is betting that their customers like their products, and they're going to come in, and what they're looking to do is generate more excitement.
Now let's move on to Burger King. The promise is flame-grilled. The reality is a conveyor belt with frozen patties and a smoke note doing the heavy lifting. The aroma hits your nose. Your brain fills in grill, but without a direct flame or a hot steel plate, you lose that crisp, browned crust that locks in juice. Former workers describe the routine. Load the frozen patties on a belt, let the machine do the pass, then dress with produce that is not exactly peak. Old tomatoes, lettuce past its best, mayo sitting in bins at room temp. The end product smells smoky but tastes flat. No flame-kissed edge, no proud sear, just smoke-scented meat with a soft chew. Here's why that matters. Liquid smoke and artificial smoke flavoring are common in mass production. They cling to the surface and shout "grill" to your nose. But the Maillard reaction, the brown crust that signals real sear, needs intense heat and contact. A live flame or a ripping hot flat top drives off moisture fast and browns the outside. That crust traps more juice and builds savory notes. A conveyor with a mist of smoke cannot do the same job. So where does that leave you in 2025? If the headliners lean on heat lamps and bottled smoke, real value sits with places that keep the process short and honest. Fresh grind, tighter supply, patties formed daily, a sear to order. When the meat shows up hot off a flat top, you do not need a sugar-heavy sauce or a fake grill aroma. Salt, pepper, maybe a tangy pickle, and you're set. The bottom line for these two names is staging and cover-ups. Pre-cooked or held warm meat dries out. Heavy sauce or smoke steps in to hide it. Treat the bold claims like ads, not cooking notes. If the label says fresh, but you see patties stacked in a warmer, you know the score. If the air smells like campfire but the meat looks pale and smooth, you know the trick. Your smartest move is to reward operations that form patties daily and sear to order. Watch for short menus, hot griddles, and toppings that look crisp, not tired. Ask for a simple build and taste the beef first. Up next, we climb the list to the places that earn their price with real sear, clean toppings, and consistent quality. If the headliners need heat lamps and liquid smoke to sell flavor, your best move is simple. Choose chains that grind fresh, cook to order, and keep toppings clean. You taste beef, not cover-ups. Salt, sear, and a crisp pickle beat a sugar-heavy sauce every time. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like and subscribe. Then share it with the friend who swears the billboard is better than the burger. Let them see the difference. Next, we reveal who actually earns your money with fresh beef, proper sear, and clean toppings. Real grills, short waits, honest bites, the kind your wallet can respect.